If I were to sit me down to share all of the wisdom that I gained living on this sick rock, avoiding death and destruction at every turn, then I would talk to me as if I didn't understand anything and needed the entire sum total of supposed knowledge and experience razed to the ground, excavated and destroyed so that no memory of it ever existed, then build my own body of knowledge up from a bedrock foundation that I myself had laid. Daddy me, what the fuck is going on this planet? Damned if I know, baby me. Why is that, daddy me? Well, because with convincing proofs out there, we're not quite sure we're even on a planet. But daddy me, if we aren't spinning on a ball that is going around at 1,000 miles an hour, covered in water that doesn't come off, with the atmosphere that is generated by bacterial action on minerals that itself doesn't come off, like the slinky dress on a slut on prom night, and has a supposed electromagnet impossibly generated by a liquid metal core that couldn't possibly hold things in place any more than rubbing a balloon on your hair can stick a balloon to your ceiling, then where the hell are we? Damned if I know, baby me. Why is that, daddy me? Well, baby me, in order for you to know where you are, you have to know where you have been. I get that, daddy me. No, not really. I don't have a clue what the hell you're talking about. That's okay, baby me. Don't burn out your last remaining brain cell. Time mechanics is hard for anyone to wrap their minds around like a bean burrito. What are time mechanics, daddy me? Better said, baby me, what is time? Oh, about 10:07 a.m. I didn't mean that, baby me, but that's a good start. Was that a 12-hour clock or a 24-hour clock? Well, I guess 12 hours because I said a.m. Okay, but you realize the Muslims have been tracking the moon every day since about 500 AD because it doesn't follow what are called monthly cycles. You mean like a woman's period? Well, that too, but what I'm getting at is that you gave me a time of day, but day is denoted by light, and light is denoted by the sun, and even the sun doesn't have a regular cycle because it's short of 24 hours. So that's why they fudge days in February to make up for a leap year. Don't you mean a leap year, daddy me? No, baby me, a leak year is like daylight savings, when everyone pretends something impossible because their brains have leaked outside their skulls and they just want something to seem like it's working when it's not. So are you saying that there is no such thing as time, daddy me? Well, no, baby me, because like I told you, I don't know a damn thing. I just know that they claim that there are things like radiocarbon dating and other scientific tests to tell us that the world is impossibly old, and things like the sun can burn insane amounts of fuel at rates that make your testicles feel like you just jerked in an elevator. Yet we'll probably be around for billions of years unless a nova burns us up like little stickmen. Aren't we little stickmen, daddy me? No, baby me, just like all the other illusions we've been talking about, you and I are just constructs of a really comic but demented mind that is rendered on a computational system that neither you nor I nor the viewers have built or can comprehend, let alone build ourselves. You mean we don't exist, daddy me? Not in the sense that you mean, baby me. We do exist in the minds of the demented one that created us, and those who are now in the sounds of our digital voices and images that accept us for what we are because, well, those folks are demented too. But in a good way, daddy me. We're all demented in a good way, right? Sure. But where were we? Time mechanics, daddy me. Oh, yeah, so all the dating that has less to do with reality than us going out for dinner with a supermodel, it's said that the sun, but no one even knows what the sun is, daddy me. We'll get to that, just calm down. The sun puts out neutrinos that supposedly resets the radioactive clocks and things like carbon at about 2,000-year intervals. So all that bullshit about billions of... That's like what Fomenko said, daddy me. Oh, so you've been reading. Well, I had your books to guide me here, Daddy me. That's nice, baby me, but I was surprised that you could read. What with autism affecting 80% of the male population by 2032, and most people addicted to YouTube, so that reading was a skill like driving before self driving cars. But tell me what you know about Fomenko. He says that it seems from his analysis of history and mathematical evaluation of astronomy that we have been in a psyop where history has a 2,000-year loop, and about 1,000 years ago is when the Jesus legend started, and that all the figures in history start to repeat in physical features and names like they're being recycled or cloned. Plus, there's about a 700-year gap in the timeline where folks just don't know what the hell was going on. Pretty impressive, baby me, but Jesus didn't exist. Why do you say that, Daddy me? Because there was no J before 1600 AD. Therefore, the name is a fiction. Therefore, those who purport to know the very name of God are calling that thing something the equivalent of Frank and wondering why Frank won't respond to their prayers. Okay, valid point, Daddy me. I did make a slip on the Yahushua, but you really have to stop taking me down all these rabbit holes. It gets too confusing. I thought we were just looking at time. We were looking at time, baby me. That's why it's so confusing. What was my initial premise that I gave you from James Burke of Connections fame? That if we don't know where we've been, that we don't know where we're going? That's right, baby me. If history is a jumbled lie put together like the continuity department for the movie Godfather, where in one scene Don Corleone is drinking a Sprite and the next scene he's drinking a Tab, then we have no idea where we've been. You mean it's all a lie like a bad Hollywood movie? That's right, baby me. But we do have documentaries like Monty Python to guide us, especially in the realm of rabbits and rabbit holes. I know you don't like rabbits, Daddy me, after they ate our gardens when GMO crops starved them into eating things that they never touched in 40 years before the balance of nature was destroyed. Yes, baby me, that is the bitch of growing organic when surrounded by farm whores. More rabbit holes, Daddy me. Can't you stay on topic? But we are on topic, baby me. There are enormous fanged rabbits out there hiding in these holes we are exploring. The same kind that killed those brave knights in the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We have to be aware of and protect ourselves from the killer rabbits as we explore down here. But we were on the main trail of time. Were we, baby me? Because if time itself can branch off in causality into infinite directions, then how can there be a main tunnel in the rabbit warren? I mean, if there was no J, then there is no Jesus. And if the premise for even dating our sun years that are not even accurately timed with the sun, that you can fucking see with your eyes, is based on Anno Domini, the year of our Lord, yes, baby me, the year of somebody's Lord, because if it didn't exist or existed 1,000 years off kilter, then we really don't know a damn thing and can't base our assumptions of past, present, or future on anything that we've been given. So what you're saying, Daddy me, is that we've been lied to about everything. Yes, baby me. So what's the point? Now you're getting it. What? I don't get it. That's it. What's it? Life is pointless. Bodhidharma was the 29th successor to the Buddha. That's a fictitious name for the Prince Siddhartha Gautama. That's right. Bodhidharma had his top student in Shaolin so frustrated studying Zen that he supposedly cut off his left arm and said to Damo, "I don't understand anything." Damo smiled and said, "Now you're getting it." I'm ready to cut off somebody's arm at this point, Daddy me. That's fine, baby me. Direct your rage outward, because none of this deception comes from ourselves unless we accept the lies and then spread them like Santa Claus trauma. Don't even go down that rabbit hole. Easy, baby me. I'm just making a point. We all have our lifetime to catch up to a lifetime of lies. I may have, Daddy me, but you're 100 years out of your time frame. You may kick it at any minute. Can we get back on topic? We never left, grasshopper. So if time is a fraud, after all, daylight savings time, give me a fucking break. That was just a Ben Franklin Freemason scam to get everyone accustomed to accepting and acting on a lie. Then you can get folks to accept and act on other lies because now they are conditioned. All right, Daddy Me, if we are untethered and floating in space, all right, don't look at me like that. It was a figure of speech. I know that space does not exist and that there is no vacuum out there, or it would have sucked the air and water off this planet just like the vacuum chamber dropped the first astronaut tested in those useless spacesuits. So if everything is a lie and we don't know where we are because we don't know where we've been, then what is left? You know, our book, Eve's Ill, yeah, hot chick on the cover. That raised the only questions that we have to ask in order for us to extract ourselves from this matrix. Do you really think that we're in a matrix, Daddy Me? More like a Truman Show going around a Dante's circle in hell forever inside a matrix, baby me. Oh, that's encouraging. What are our questions? Where the hell am I? How the hell did I get here? What in hell am I doing here? Why in hell am I here? Who the hell am I? When will this hell end? So we just established that we have no idea where we are, whether it was a globe or a snow globe. Yes, baby me, but look at our subtle use of language. Where the hell am I? Hell seems to be the central theme since nothing here works and it is all hostile to us. That's a no-brainer, so next we are left with how the hell we got into hell. You know the legends, baby me. How do you get into hell? Well, unless you're Hercules or Inanna, then you have to be dead. Are you saying that we're all dead? What do you think, baby me? Does anything you've experienced here seem like life? What about our old friend Clint Richardson, who said hell is a debtor's prison and that being dead means that you are no longer a legal entity? Ah, Clint, it's been 100 years ago. His work on the legal system should be an epic that has its own special place in libraries and is taught as curriculum in schools. Daddy me, wake up! You're drifting again. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I'm an old man. It was Clint that said that perhaps we aren't writing our books for the general population of the world because they're not welcome or understood by the masses, but perhaps our books are messages through time so that when we reincarnate into this Truman Show Dante's Circle matrix, we won't have to do all of the legwork that we just did to get up to speed again. Interesting thought, old man, but it really isn't very damn encouraging. Watch your language, young man. I mean, me. So, we're in hell. That's undeniable. How did we get there? Working that bit out. But if we are here and it is a fact, then we ought to know what we are doing here in the first place. I don't get that, Daddy Me, because one of the major complaints about you, us, over the years is that you play with words like a baby plays with its food and a cat plays with a mouse right before it eats it. What do you mean by what? Good point, baby me. What could mean, what are we doing here, like working a dead-end job, never questioning the hellish torture that we and our fellow denizens of the deep are immersed in, or what, as the existential, what in the hell am I doing here kind of thing when you wake up to the fact that you just woke up, so to speak, to find that you're in hell. So it crosses all boundaries of what in terms of what we are actually doing as we act out our parts down here, but also what our position in this position is in the greater scope of things. Kind of like looking at ourselves in the world from outside the flat earth snow globe. Kind of like that, baby me. So adopting a godlike third person view of the situation. That's a very mature outlook, baby me. Because if there is no God, then someone has to assume control. But Daddy me, everyone seems to be looking for answers outside of the snow globe, for aliens or gods or politicians to help them. Sounds like hell to me, baby me, to be hoping for all of eternity for something to happen that is beyond your volition to control, yet never occurs. Sounds like the Greek and Roman legends where water would come up to Prometheus's nose to drown him so he would raise his head, but when he lowered his head to take a drink, it would retreat. Yeah, baby me, I don't view those as legends anymore. Kind of like Monty Python's are documentaries and the news are fantasy entertainment. Now you're getting it, grasshopper. So what in hell am I doing here is almost a movie transition fade into why the hell am I here? Got that in one, baby me. I am so proud of you. Pride's a sin. It's what caused Lucifer to fall. How very biblical. I'm pleased that you're such a wise ass. I had a good teacher. So, baby me, what folks will slowly realize as they look around pursuing their dead end jobs for a purpose they simply never examined so that they will never understand while breeding like rare bits is that their lives are pointless. They have no purpose other than the mindless cloning of themselves while frenetically running around the anthill or the honeycomb caught in some pheromone thrall as they live only to serve the queen. It's at that moment that they freeze, Daddy me. I see it all the time. And why is that, baby me? Because they are then at the bifurcation point where they have to call bullshit on the Santa Claus trauma and start tearing down the lies that are the structure of an entire society like an iconoclast, or they will capitulate and resign themselves to going around forever in the Truman Circle Matrix. Very nice, baby me. TCM. Transcendental mentation. Mass hypnosis. Mass hysteria. Pretty much a cocoon of insanity to protect them from ever acknowledging that they are indeed in hell and being tortured by demons. Mental block, hysterical blindness. That's right, baby me. What documentary does that remind you of? Well, that would be Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, with the helmet that had the visor that would go black when you were confronted with sudden death, because you weren't going to want to see what was going to happen next. And they call that shit science fiction. Okay. Okay what, baby me? Okay, why are we here? Damned if I know. You're doing a wordplay again. I know you, me, us. The only way that we could get into hell is if we were damned. Good. Go on. Don't play with me like a mouse or I'll sick that killer rabbit on you. Good, good. Anger. Anger dispels mind control. Go on. So if we're damned, that means that we either did something wrong that I simply will not accept, or that someone outside of ourselves and our power had determined that we were somehow defective and are punishing us. But what would that mean, baby me? Well, for one thing, if we didn't do anything wrong, then we don't fucking deserve to be here, and our ancestors should have told us, and all of mankind should have spent all of their time and resources trying to figure it out, not pursuing Federal Reserve notes working in a call center. Yes, and if we're doomed here against our knowledge or will, that implies some kind of amnesia for the event. Plus, there is something more powerful outside of ourselves that has sentenced us here and is punishing us. Why did you say sentenced, baby me? Because our lives are on a countdown timer, just like being sentenced to a prison cell with the release date being our death? Pretty shitty prize. Hey, Daddy me, my nose hairs are already burnt from the stench of fresh shit and brimstone. All this is very good, baby me, but why did you say this power is outside of ourselves? Because I can't see what are called humans doing this to other humans and the biosphere without them being under the influence of some powerful entity. But haven't you studied zombie parasites yet, baby me? Sure, I've read The Rise and Fall of Kingdom Plantae a dozen times because I helped write it. But it's just so hard to accept that a microbe inside one of the most advanced life forms on the planet can tell it what to do. Now, baby me, I raised you better than that. We even composed Moving Forward on our website. You know full well that cordyceps is a fungus and baculovirus as a non-living chunk of RNA can tell any host what it wants. I know, Santa Claus trauma, I guess, Daddy me. I just really don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my own life. Isn't that what Neo said to Morpheus right before he took a pill that was not a pill, then extracted himself from the Matrix? I think I finally see it, Daddy me. The answers are in us. The evil that is in us did come from the outside, but infected us. Therefore, the problem and the solution are within ourselves. We must rid ourselves of the infection and ensure that it can never happen again. What did you just answer right now, baby me? Well, it would seem the first three maxims of Sun Tzu from The Art of War. Know yourself, know your enemy, and expect the unexpected. Good, I didn't expect that answer, and nice effects, by the way. But what I was getting at was our 6 questions that had number 5 as, who the hell am I? Yeah, I can see it all now very clearly, Daddy me. If I don't know who we are, then there's no way that I can separate out my entity from being a host to a hostile organism. I'm so pleased with you, baby me. Daddy me, that leaves us with only question number 6. For mankind that has the occult numerology of 6, made up of carbon that has an atomic number of 6, when will this hell end? Given all that you know now, baby me, that will be up to you. Wait, Daddy me, come back. I need you. My time is done here, baby me. You're all grown up now. You know what I know. There's only one thing left, and you know what that is. To do it.